welcome back to the Mom's View. I'm Colette, this is Carly and Kaylee, and today we have a fun topic.
What's in store for us?
Yeah.
Today? Car revving.
That's exactly what we're talking about. All right, so Gavin is 14 years old. He's almost 15.
Crazy.
He's old enough to get his permit. And we haven't done it because I'm just in denial about this whole thing. Like, wait a second. You can't drive yet? You're still my baby. I still have to hold you. I know.
I think like 15?
Yeah.
And it's probably normal to you guys because you got your licenses when you were 15, right? I think Casey was 14.
I was 14.
You can, in Idaho, you can start taking private driver's training at 14 and a half, so that on your 15th birthday, you can go test to get your license.
Mm-hmm.
But did you get your actual license at 14?
No, I think it was like that. Like I was learning at 14, and then I got my
Because it
license
used
at
to be 14, wasn't it?
No,
I
I think
think
it's
it
always
was.
been. He probably was driving. Like, you can do your hours when you're not 15, but you can get your actual license until
Okay.
you're 15.
I thought
Right,
it
like
said
you
14.
can drive with your parent if you have
Yeah,
the...
like you can start on your hours, which it makes it seem like you're driving at 14, but you can't actually have your license. But even then, it's
But you're
a
still
day
driving.
license.
Technically, you're still driving
And
at
wasn't
14.
this rule put into place because of farming? And like
I think so.
Probably.
so that the kids who were
Because I
helping with
know
farming could drive? Or
when
is
you
that
turn
not true?
15,
I think it
you
is.
don't get like a full license. You can't drive at night. You can't drive at night until you're 16.
You can
in
only
Idaho.
drive during the farming hours.
Yes, when the chickens are up. But I mean, in all honesty, like as a parent, like getting your kid to and from school and practices, like that's the greatest time to have them driving. You know, like at nighttime, that's probably when you want them home or taking them where they're needing to go.
I'm terrified I'll keep driving them.
I know. I don't mind driving them. It's scary.
Like, how is that how is that, like, accepting that?
Well, I'm very nervous about it, and I just want to make sure that it's like we have a lot of time to drive with him to make sure he knows exactly what he's doing. Because even, I don't know, like we've seen a few times where, you know, teenagers know something, but yet they do something different, and you're like, why would you do that? And they're like, oh yeah, why did I do that? So it happens, and I just don't want it to happen with driving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Ooh.
It's hard. I've had, like, this conversation with Braylee, like, I'm so nervous for you to drive. I just want, like, everything to be okay. And she's like, why don't you trust me?
Right.
Like, it's not that I don't trust you. It's other drivers and other people. And you have to be so aware of your
And that
situation.
reactionary.
And 15 just seems so young to me. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
But then
True,
I
it's
also
not really
feel
a trust
like
issue. It's,
yeah, it's just like,
85 is too old.
right. My great grandma had her license. I don't know how old she was, but she was old, and it was so funny when we would get to church. She would be parked up on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Halfway.
Like, bless their hearts, but they can, like, if you can't really, like, walk, you know what I'm saying? And they can't turn their little heads, and I'm like, you should not be driving.
It's so funny.
There
'cause
should be a cut-off age at both ends of life.
Yeah, my grandma, like people used to say that it was just a car with nobody driving it because she would be like looking between the steering
It's
wheel
like Colette's future.
and then and be like, oh, there's Mary again. There's nobody in that car. You know? Oh yeah,
Just the cutest, sweetest thing, but it freaks me out sometimes. I'm like, that little grandma should not be behind the wheel. My grandma's the first to admit that she can't see at night. And I love that she just like owns it. She's like, I can't see, I can't drive.
Yeah, yeah. It's better when you can own it and not just be in denial about it. But it got me thinking, like, I remember being, I think I was 14 when I started learning. I remember being in the back roads of our hometown and, like, my mom, I was a stick shift.
Oh my
like, trying to drive
gosh.
the stick shift, learning how to drive. And I remember pouting and, like, folding my arms. I'm not going to do it. And she goes, you get in this driver's seat right now. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it.
You sounded like me. My mom made me. Like,
Yes, I was so scared.
I learned on a stick shift too. And I remember my mom took me on a hill. Because there's like a point where you have to put in the clutch and your foot's on the brake. But when you release your foot off the brake, the car rolls. But you've got to catch the gas at the right time. But if you do too much gas, then you rev and kill the car. So if you're on a hill, you have to time it right so that your car rolls back just enough to catch the gas to get your car to go forward without rolling and hitting
Why
someone
would they
behind
make
you.
a stick shift car?
I don't know. Everybody, a lot of people in Europe have them. I feel like in the States, they've made them less and less.
Yeah.
It is,
It's
doesn't
just
it
you
make
have
you
more
feel
control.
cool though? Like, you're like, I can drive a stick shift.
Yeah. I am.
It's a superpower.
I could drive a
cannot.
semi-stick
But I got out of the car. I got out of the car because I was like, I am not. And my mom was so mad. She just sat in the passenger seat and didn't even care that people were honking at her. So then I was embarrassed for her. So then I got back in. course, I was very dramatic.
Hilarious.
Not dramatic now, but just then.
It was so scary. And I remember taking one test, and I don't know what happened. Maybe my boyfriend broke up with me or something, because I ran 3 stop lights and stop signs. And your teacher's in there with you, and so he pushed on the brakes, but I just was just like, do-do-do.
I was like, YOLO.
I didn't even notice. I'm like, how did I pass? I'm better driver now, guys.
She stops at every stop sign and every stoplight.
I try to most of the time. I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't that be actually the most terrifying job?
Yeah.
To be in a car with teenagers and training them? I'm
Slash frustrating job.
no wonder why my driving instructor was so ornery. He was ornery. Bless his heart.
Be a hard job. How about you? How was your first time driving? Do you remember?
I feel like I was always a good driver. The written test I had to take 3 times.
Dang it!
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't upload this to the
There
internet.
were so many things to remember. I just could not. I think I was overthinking it and so nervous.
Right.
And it's so exciting that you just want it so bad.
And then I got, the first car that I got, we were actually just telling Braylee, was this little Sunfire. Do you remember?
I love that
And
car.
I loved it. But the first day that I got it, it had a moonroof. And me and my mom was actually driving it, and we were trying to figure out, or no, I was driving it. We were trying to figure out how to open it, and she had unlocked the back of it, and I didn't know, and I unlocked the front, and it flew off and shattered all over
Moonroof went
the
to
road.
a sunroof.
Yeah. So
Wait,
that
what's
was
the
bad.
difference between a moonroof?
A moonroof just pops up.
Oh.
It doesn't like, it just is like, boop,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
They're like sporty looking.
everywhere.
Dang it.
Yeah, I got in big trouble for that.
Did you have to
You
get a
did?
new one?
Yeah,
Did they get
a new one?
Oh.
Dang it.
Yeah, because if it rained, it was just raining inside.
Like duct tape across the whole
We
top.
had a Jeep, basically.
But that was fun because Braylee is almost 14, and she's been like talking a lot about getting a new car, and we're like, hold up, you're not even 15 yet, and you're gonna buy your own car. So start saving now.
Okay, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that teenagers should get a brand new car, or do you think that you should?
A brand new?
Yeah, like a new car off the lot. I mean, and I'm not saying like a BMW brand new car, but like a new car.
So part of me is like, for safety reasons, I do like the idea of a newer car because they're like, we were just test driving some cars, and there are cars that will like stop for you.
Yeah.
There are different cars that do
Yeah.
different things. There's like, we just bought a car, and there's a teenager like program that you can put in, and it will tell how far they went.
Oh, wow.
Who was in the car, like if there was someone else in the car with them.
That's
If they had their
amazing.
seatbelts on, or even like the radio won't turn on if their seatbelts aren't on, like different things like
I
that.
love
And so
that.
there are like so many great things that cars do now, but at the same time I'm like, and then she's gonna, like I ran into a guardrail when I was 16.
It happens. That's why I don't want my kids to drive.
Yeah.
Or
And everything
even,
was
like,
fine, but like
High school parking lots where
Bump
other
into
kids
things.
Yeah.
don't care and they door you.
Right.
So my parents were very much like, you, that is not even an option. You get what we give you, you don't throw a fit. Jackson got a brand new Titan truck, lifted windows.
Wow.
And so he has this mentality that like our kids are gonna get a new car, and I'm like, no, they're not.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna get, I think like a Honda or a Toyota, something very reliable, safe. It could be newer, but I don't think that like, how could a kid appreciate a
Yeah.
brand new car?
Right.
I got a brand new car for the first time ever. Just this like a couple days ago. And there's no way I'm giving my kid a brand new car.
Right? 'Cause they're just
Exactly.
like, plus just the financial part of it is
Yeah.
just stupid.
Yeah, like you
know?
kind of want to teach them, like, this is a big deal. It's not just
Yeah.
something that you get.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do with that. Like,
Situation.
we have an old car that we could just let them drive, but I think for their own car, like, they need to save up money and
Yeah.
get their own car.
And
Because then they
appreciate it.
know, like, okay, if I want a new car, I need to have this much money. Like, wow, that's a lot.
Right.
It's so hard to like for them to even understand the value of money because Jackson's like, well, if we buy them a new car, we can expect them to get gas and insurance. I'm like, I couldn't have afforded that in high school.
Yeah.
And to get good grades and be active like in all the activities that I was in, because gas these days is way expensive, and insurance, I think for younger kids, you'd want a good coverage policy.
Right.
So it's
It is
freaky.
higher, I
It's
think,
that's
for
a hard
younger
thing
kids.
about taking like two people who are raised different and then bringing them together because my parents did buy my first car. It was cheap. It wasn't like
Yeah.
an
It
expensive
It wasn't a
one.
brand new car.
But Casey was like, our kids will pay for their first car and it will be a junky car.
Yeah.
Because, you know, so it's like,
Trying to find the balance.
because I was like, okay, it's 2008, Braylee will be driving in like you know, she could get a car that's a couple of years old and it would have all
Yeah.
these like teenager things, but then it's like, I don't know. What do you do?
And when your kids are closer, like Gavin can almost carpool with Avia. Like, does Avia need a car because she, you know? But then she's so independent. It's like that's a hard choice because then you have 3 teenagers. Like, bam, pump out 3 cars. What?
Oh no! I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Do you remember when it was like? I remember when I got my license. The very first thing I wanted to do was like what I was gonna hang around my ear.
Accessorizing.
Like a Hawaiian lei was really cool.
Yeah.
Or like the air fresheners, peachy peach or vanilla. I still get those ones. And then like the car seat covers. Basically, my car looked like the dollar store after. And it was
That
cool
too.
back then, you know. Like you just had so much hanging around your rearview mirror. Now I'm like, that's so like cluttery and.
Yeah,
I know.
but it just feels like
Look at
it's
that way.
your own. It's
Yeah.
like when you have a brand new baby, you have to dress it in all these different clothes, and then
Or
buy
Bert
never
CDs.
shoes.
You have to
Remember
buy-
Oh yeah.
making a Bert CD for
You know
your
what? My car doesn't
Yes.
even have a CD player.
That's because
That's
you
so
have
crazy.
a new car.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
That
it's
is
like,
weird.
when did we go away from CDs?
I still like going to
Yesterday.
like Walmart. I love finding $5 CDs.
Yeah.
Just because it's like that was my bread and butter of fun.
I
CDs.
still like
Funny,
CDs.
I don't know the last time I bought a CD. I don't buy them anymore.
I always buy
You know?
Christmas CDs on accident. Not on accident. But I love buying Christmas
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah.
Not an
Like Bing
accident.
Crosby or Celine
Yeah.
Dion, Christmas.
I don't even buy DVDs anymore because they just get scratched up and ruined, and you can just order them
Yeah, and they're all on Netflix.
on Netflix or Amazon.
Disney
or
made this
whatever.
biggest deal about unlocking the vault, and I'm like, they're basically all on.
Not all of them. They keep things. Sorry, I'm a little Disney. No, these are
Oh,
certain
like, okay,
movies
they're
are
so
still in the
good.
vault.
There are? Okay, good.
Yeah,
then
they
I feel
like
better
come
about
out
that.
and then they go in the vault for like 5 years or something, and so you can't get them for a while.
Disney is so great at their marketing.
They're smart.
I wish I could do that with me.
Anyways,
I'm gonna go in the vault for 5 years, so you're gonna really want me.
You're gonna really
I'm gonna come back out after 5 years and
Better than ever.
That'd be
limited
like,
Blu-ray
yeah.
edition.
I love it.
Driving.
I also wanted to ask you guys, do you remember the first time, or if you've ever gotten pulled over,
Oh,
or
yeah.
gotten pulled over?
It was the last day of my senior year.
Really?
And this is how old and ghetto my car was. It was a Ford Escort. It had those tracks for the seatbelt on the door, so when you shut the door, the track would move for you and it would carry your. And so then all you had to remember was your lap belt, which is actually kind of safe because at least you had one thing.
Yeah.
But my track had gotten broken, so it would stop in the middle. So then I had to put it like behind my head. So the officer pulled me over for not having my seatbelt, and I started crying because I was like, "I promise it's broken." And he's like, "I'm actually upset with your father. Your father should not be letting his little girl out on the road."
Oh,
I was like, "Yeah, you should call him and tell him.
Call my dad.
Tell him I need a new car." I did get a new car. It
Wait.
wasn't brand new, but
Was it illegal to drive without your seatbelt back then?
I can't remember. I just remember him saying it was really dangerous. He didn't
Oh.
ticket me.
Okay.
But he was like, if you were my daughter, I would really want you to have a seatbelt on.
Right.
And I don't even know why I cried. I wasn't in trouble. But when you just have
It's
so many
weird.
nerves, you're
There's
like,
a cop talking to me.
yeah.
That's scary.
The first time I got pulled over, I was 18. I was on my way to go and see Casey, and we were like on this like, it's right by that gas station in Riverside, so it's kind of like a,
4-way stop?
yeah, but the road is kind of like it's not super busy. Anyways, I was on my way to go and see him, and this car was like on my butt. It was dark, so I couldn't tell. Its lights were just so close to mine, and I was like, what is this car doing? It was so close, and so I kept going faster and faster. It was a freaking cop!
Oh my
And it pulled me over for speeding. And I should have been like, well, why were you following
Riding
me
my
so
butt.
close? I was terrified.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Is that so
Did
weird?
you tell him?
No, I was
It's
just
like he made
I'm
you
sorry.
speed so he could pull you over.
I can't remember if I got a ticket or just a warning.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was such a weird thing because I was like, why is this car like?
Yeah.
It was making me nervous, so I was driving
So you're
faster,
driving
and
faster.
it was keeping up with me. It was a freaking cop.
Scary.
What the heck?
That would be scary.
Yeah, and it wasn't a super busy road, so then that was scary too. Like, no one's around.
I feel like now that we're talking about
Yeah.
getting pulled over, I'm gonna get pulled over. I'm not getting on my
please no.
I think my registration is expired.
Dang it.
I hate getting pulled over. It makes me nervous every single time.
I know.
Because I'm like, what if there's like something in my car, like a gun or something I don't know about? Like, you always think
you
the
don't know
weirdest.
about?
I know I I would know about, you know what I'm saying? But they're like, no, because the first time I got pulled over, the guy's like, do you have any knives, bombs, weapons? And I was like,
I hope
I
not.
don't think so. I just have my cheer bag in the back. Like,
pocket knife. Can you not?
something like that. I'm like, what would be my luck? My luck that I would have something like my
I
husband.
have all those things.
I just ordered Jackson a stupid samurai sword for his birthday. That's all he wanted. The cop ends up getting this like sword out of my trunk.
What
He's
is
like,
this,
what?
ma'am?
Where are you going
It's
with
my
this?
husband's, I swear. You know?
I don't know where that came from.
I just get paranoid.
It's not mine, I
about-
swear.
I have irrational paranoia. We'll just call it that.
It is scary though. It's just like that feeling like you almost automatically think I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Where did I put my hands?
I love cops. I'm pro cops.
I took my seatbelt off. Why did I take my seatbelt off? Leave my seatbelt on. You know.
Or like looking at your phone and you don't even realize you've done it.
Yeah.
But like I love cops and pro cops, but the law is always right. Like what if they know about this law that you didn't know about? Like your tires rolled 1 centimeter too fast past that, and you're like, oh.
Like,
So it makes you nervous.
sorry.
Like, what if I'm breaking a law and I don't even know?
Yeah, like I didn't even know I was a lawbreaker. You can't drink and drive your soda. Well, you know, like I don't know the rules these days. And state to state, they have different laws. Like in California, you can't even talk on your phone. I didn't know that once I got pulled over in California.
And you waved to the cop.
I did.
Hi.
I thought he was like,
just
I
talking
thought
to
he was
my
hitting
mom.
on me. I guess I was ignorant or arrogant. I
Like,
was,
oh, he's cute. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, dang.
and then he like came up to the car. I was like, oh, I'm just on the phone with my mom. What's wrong? He was like, ma'am. Oh, sorry.
That's
Did you
against
get a
the
ticket?
law.
Yeah. Shoot. Dang it.
Oh,
What about you?
First time I remember getting a ticket, like I feel like I'd been pulled over before, but it was just like warnings, so it wasn't a big deal. But the first time I got a ticket, I was going 72 and a 55 because I was
Rebel.
late for work. I was like, I'm so late for work, and I was trying to get to the freeway, and I was driving like I was on the freeway. And I remember just feeling like,
Colette, the little
don't
roadster.
lie about it. You've been caught. Like, don't try to get out of this. And I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm late for work and I'm going way too fast. And he was like, well, good thing you're honest. And he gave me a ticket. I'm like, you're supposed to not give me a ticket because I was being honest. Give me some credit here. But he did. I got a ticket. And it was so frustrating because I was waitressing. So it's like the whole day at work, I'm like, I haven't even made what I have to pay to pay out that ticket this morning.
That's
and
frustrating.
yeah. But
I just stayed home.
life lessons, I should have just slowed down.
Yeah.
I know Jackson always wants to get so mad at cops, and I'm like, if you're not ever breaking the law, you know what I'm saying? Like, chances are you're not going to get in trouble or get pulled over. He just hates when they hide and clock you.
Right.
It's like, if they really cared about our well-being, they shouldn't be hiding and clocking us. They should just be out in the open. I'm like, yeah, but if you weren't speeding in the first place.
But if
So
they
we
were
go
out
back
in
and
the
forth.
open, yeah.
Yeah.
Casey always gets out of tickets.
Really?
Somehow.
Lucky.
Always. And he doesn't even try.
Is he
Maybe
like,
that's
is he
it.
like extra nice or
Maybe
anything?
he's
He's
just
just
like,
so, you know, like, sorry, you know,
Yeah.
just normal. And
They probably hear
Give him
so
one more.
much. They probably just appreciate a real conversation, you know?
maybe, like,
Yeah.
what is it about you?
You're being so real right now.
you being so real.
I was talking about Jackson. I was like, can you believe that Gavin's about to be driving? I was like I love Gavin and I think he's the most responsible child, but I can't imagine letting Cooper go with him somewhere.
Right.
Because it's still, maybe he's my baby nephew. But that idea, I'm like, that freaks me out a little.
And I feel that way too. Like, Gavin's very reliable. He's a very responsible
And
kid.
responsible, yeah.
But it still scares me.
Like Shay rolled his car the first week he had it. Or something, right?
Something
That
like
story
that.
is still a little foggy in our family. Every time it comes up, it's a little different
Funny.
still.
Well, you know.
It started out they were chasing a bunny or they were finding a friend and then
I don't even remember what.
I'm just glad
we'll have to
everybody's
have him
okay.
on so he can tell you guys the story. I'm sure he's said it somewhere. In
Yeah.
a vlog, but crazy. Well, I thought that was fun to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about because that's just been on my mind lately.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm having one of those parent moments where I have to let go of my child and send them into the world a little bit. Just trying to figure out how to do that without going crazy.
I know, let's buy him like a big Hero 6 suit. Like Michelin Man
Yes.
suit. It's like a bubble suit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Kevin just at high school, his first day, he's like,
And
my
a couple
mom made me
extras
wear
if anyone
this.
wants to come along.
yeah. A couple extra.
If you want to
Nice
drive,
friends.
you know how bad you want to drive.
If you guys want to go to lunch, you got to put on this suit.
Michelin suits. Like life jackets and elbow gear and like a helmet.
Bubble wrap.
So will he start driver's ed this summer?
He has to get like a letter of compliance or something, and he hasn't done that yet. Like, and he's supposed to do it. Like, we're making him do it because it's his first big responsibility. And I kept reminding him before school ended, and he still hasn't done it. So I was like, well, if he's not wanting to drive, then fine.
Like dying to want to drive. Like I wanted to so bad and have that independence. That's funny.
Yeah, like this is something I'm not going to do for him. Like if you want to drive, you take the steps.
Yeah, good for you.
That's a good
smart.
idea.
Very
And then
smart.
I'll watch what you're doing and not let you drive if I don't want you to.
I didn't know what yielding meant.
Oh, really?
I thought every car is supposed to yield to you. That is not my mentality. It makes me sound like such a brat when I say that. I remember driving to church once and
This means you stop.
Yeah.
You know what this sign means, don't you?
I literally almost killed me and my mom. My mom's like freaking out. Her arms are flailing. I was like, what's your problem? She's like, you just cut that car off. I'm like, yeah, they're supposed to yield to me. They're rude. She was like, Carly, do you know what yield means? I'm like, yeah, like the cars wait for you. She's like, so when do you yield? I'm like, you never do. And then I was like, and then all of a sudden it caught up with me. I was like, oh, something's not right here. Since I've been 14, I've learned how to
you're so
yield.
young. Like,
Yeah.
you're so young.
These
We're like-
are the things you have to
The
think
things
about.
that we understand and know, it's like what we know what yield means, but when you have your teenager define what yield, I guess that's a common thing in driving. But you know what I'm saying? Like our interpretation versus theirs.
Yeah, it happens with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Brayley lately has been like, Mom, you should just let me back out of the garage. I'm like, no,
That's where it starts.
not until you use your driver's ed.
Sure, get in the power wheel.
illegal.
Yeah. I actually have let them do that a few times.
Like around like here where there's not other like
Yeah.
you know
It's like
who's
other
around
cars
it,
are
but,
gonna
like,
be like hitting them behind them or something.
yeah. But
Can you imagine in California? No way.
I couldn't even
Yeah.
pull out of my freaking driveway in California.
I know.
It's the
Every time I
worst.
drove, I got anxiety in California. I was like,
It was scary for a while.
Sorry, I've said freaking a lot in this video.
so freaking offensive.
Bad language, doesn't know yield
God.
signs. We're just, crazy. Our pets'
I
heads are
promise I know how to
falling
yield now. That makes me sound like such a brat. Everybody
No.
will yield to me.
I love
I
it.
didn't think it like
It's
that.
such a teenage thing though.
yeah.
Like we do that kind of stuff all the time. Like nothing against teenagers. We just don't think all the time.
Yeah.
So
Your
it's
world is
young.
your world.
It's really young.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. If you're young, just celebrate it, okay?
Celebrate
to
it.
as long as you
Appreciate it.
can.
And be safe on the road, kids. All right. All right. Let us know in the comments below any stories you guys have with driving, your first time driving, or if you are not driving yet, what your thoughts are on it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.